the whole being, I don't know anybody else that became an honorary anything. I don't even know any MCs that became cops. Like I don't know. Like, I don't, what I'm saying? Like I don't like, it's like there's a lot of MCs that failed, and I don't know how many of them actually became police officers. You know what I'm saying? Outside of Ice-T, who didn't fail, but still, most of his career was a cop.
Ice-T came in as a cop. Scotty Appleton,
no doubt.
I need a New Jack cop. Take down a New Jack Gangster.
And we gonna let Judd Nelson just discharge his weapon randomly through a wall.
Smiley face. Now you saw a smiley face in the bed too.
And he's one of the New Jack cops we need to take down New Jack Gangster.
Yeah. First day in your apartment, he shoots a smiley face through your bed post. Discharges his weapon to shoot enough shells to make a smiley face.
Well, in your crib, you gotta live here after this. Rain, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Pests, like, this nigga. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they sold us some bullshit in that movie.
They definitely did.
They sold us some bullshit in that movie. They sold us some bullshit. But and now he's a cop. He's been a cop. What's this show been running? About 30 years, I think. I think this show has been running for almost 30 years. If not 30 years.
Nigga could literally had a career as a cop.
Yeah, he could have retired. He could have literally been a cop and retired as long as he's been playing a cop.
Mm-hmm.
He could have retired with some rank too. Like he had some pull.
He brass, huh?
He got some stars, some stars next to his rank and shit, medals and shit. You know what I'm saying? For real, they got where they put their uniform and they decorate their uniform up. I mean, but shit, Ice Cube did it too though. Ice Cube was playing one movie. He was a bounty hunter and All About the Benjamins. Then he was the ride along.
It was kind of fine line, like what he did.
That was, but he crossed the line though when he did the ride along though, and he did and then he came back for the sequel.
He knew after a certain point in time it really didn't matter. Then he sit here watching Ice-T. It's like
Ice-T was cop, but he was the police, so we got kind of.
Yeah. I mean, but like it's like one was, as we discussed earlier, one had more dramatic impact corporate wise. We could say the police actually, from a sensational standpoint, brought a lot of attention to hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Hip hop obviously was what it was prior to that moment, but as far as a talking point, Fuck the Police made it as an art form and a means of expression a major talking point to a degree where you could politicians could use it as an angle to talk about what needs to be done about the future of America. So they didn't seem to feel that way about Africa pendants and beads and shit. You know what I mean? Like it's just when the police came, it carried overtones of resistance that they had been trying to get away from since the late '60s. So you know what I mean? Like I think that got the attention, but it didn't cause a reaction the way Cop being so direct did, and get the corporate reaction where they had to bow to pressure. I'm pretty sure there was pressures about the police on that record label, but I don't see it. I don't believe it was as great as Cop, and it was. Honestly, it was a trash song. I mean, like what I'm saying, like that's the bad part about it. Is like the police was.
This is what I was just about to get to.
Yeah.
Because the Police came out in 1989. Cop, on the other hand, came out in 92, right? And it was on with Body Count. Can you recite any bars from Killer? I mean, I think in the hook he said like I'm a motherfucking cop or some shit. It was some
Nope,
rock shit.
nope.
But can
Yeah,
you recite one bar, just one bar from Cop?
no. And mind you, it wasn't even technically a good rock song. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's a particular type of angst that's encapsulated in rock music. And it being hybrid to begin with, I don't think anybody was totally anything in that group or that song other than loud. And I think that was the goal. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that, we understand sensationalism was definitely, we discussed it earlier, like the police already existed as a model, and it existed as a model that can cut through radio, can cut through a lot of different things just off the strength of it being shock value. So when you leading off with that, I don't really think you're thinking about music. I
Right.
don't really think you're thinking about progressions and things that's going to be memorable. Because like truly rebellious music takes that in mind. You have to have something that the people can even get behind and chant or want to recite. You know what I mean? That's speaking to some part of them. But the truth of the matter was, it really wasn't speaking to anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's why it didn't touch anybody in a way where people even bring that song up. It wasn't because it got pulled to anything. It wasn't a good song.
No, the song was pretty trash. The album was trash. The group was trash. It was just you. I think you actually said it best. It was just noise. And I'm not even saying this to be disrespectful to the legacy of Ice-T. It just wasn't something that lasted. It was a novelty act. Novelty act. It came, it went, it came back. The main reason why we know about it is because of this cop song. We don't even remember the song. It's not even remembered.
Mm-hmm.
But it had such a huge impact on hip hop culture to not even be a hip hop song, and not even just hip hop culture, the music industry culture, censorship, and just like we were talking earlier, where companies were directing their focus from that point on. We know because this is 1992, and we know that this is just later on in that same year, the Chronic album came out, and I think like November of '92.
Right.
So,
right.
And that was Warner Brothers was behind Interscope at the time, and they had to sell their stock back to Interscope, which actually, Jimmy Iovine made out off of that situation.
He has a place in history, but as far as cultural impact, it's more visual than it is like sonically. You know what I'm saying? Like around colors is when I started to like actually mess with him, and that's like I believe Lord Finesse has something to do with that. As far as the pen, you know what I'm saying, or some of that pen work over there. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, for me, there's not much Ice-T material that influenced, my path. Visually, son always had ill videos. Son, always had ill album covers and things like that. He sold the brand.
He definitely sold the brand. I mean, he came out with Rhyme Syndicate.
Blak, straight like that.